Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce you to Software AG's digital business platform and how we could enable you and your business to mitigate the threats of digital disruption and harness the promises of digital business. I'd like to start with you by defining what digital business really means. So Gartner defines it as the creation of new business designs by blurring the digital and physical worlds. In a recent article by McKinsey, what digital really means, it should be seen less as a thing and more as a way of doing things. They define digital business more concretely by breaking it down into three attributes: creating value at the new frontiers of business, creating value in core business, and building foundational capabilities that support the entire structure. The Internet of Things, or otherwise known as IoT, is an example of creating value at the new frontier. IoT is starting to open opportunities for disruptors to use unprecedented levels of data precision to identify flaws in existing value chains. In logistics, for example, the use of sensor and big data and analytics has enabled companies to improve the efficiency of their supply chain operations. In the mobile revolution, it makes it possible to be closely attuned to how customer decision journeys are evolving and reaching out to the customer at that point of making a buying decision. This means understanding how customer behaviors and expectations are developing inside and outside your business, as well as outside your sector, which is crucial to getting ahead of trends that can deliver or destroy value. Creating value in core business is all about how to use new capabilities to improve how customers are served, which improves business outcomes, for example. Delivering the right product at the right time efficiently in a profitable way becomes quite possible. These customer-centric capabilities require proactive decision-making, contextual interactivity, and real-time automation. How to deliver customer experiences from any channel or any platform a customer chooses. How to take advantage of business moments as they happen to improve outcomes. How to unlock untapped business potential, or how to avoid digital disruption requires building foundational capabilities and platforms that support the entire business. And that's what Software AG offers. So I'd like to now go into a recent experience I had with a CIO at a large multinational fashion and retail wholesaler, manufacturer, and retailer. In this conversation, I recall quite distinctly that he was basically flummoxed by the complexity of his existing IT organization. He explained to me that yes, they had invested over the years in core systems of record. SAP, for example, was one of their core ERP systems. And in addition to ERP, they had warehouse management, they had transportation management systems, they had CRM. These are their systems of, these are their core business systems. In addition to these, he explained they had a myriad of other commercially available off-the-shelf applications, otherwise in the industry known as COTS. And these were across his IT landscape. Now, as we can imagine, if businesses are all using core systems of record like ERP, warehouse management, CRM, and alike, these are hardly the way to create differentiation. And therefore, in his environment, he had to now create and deploy develop and deploy custom apps. And in these custom apps, these were monolithic. These had their user interface, their business logic, standards, security, and integration. Now, of course, in this ecosystem, information needs to be exchanged. And this led to multiple point-to-point integration, or the ability, giving each system the ability to share information with another. Now, as you can imagine, this becomes quite hard and difficult to manage, becomes overly complex. I remember him saying, in addition to this environment, he also has to provide or answer to the demands of his suppliers, and partners. They need access. In addition, he had demands from customers and employees for information portals. And then the most recent development he's been coping with is, because he's a retailer, is how to accommodate mobile. And as I mentioned before, with the advent of the latest development in IT, the Internet of Things, his supply chain leadership has been leaning on him to take advantage of sensor data and tracking data to give them better visibility into the supply chain. Well, again, all of these needs put demands on further flows of information into his internal environment. Gartner, I recall actually telling him that about the Gartner IT key metrics data. And the IT key metrics data said or revealed that on average, an IT organization consumes 79% of their IT budget on running the business, just running what they own. This leaves 21% for differentiation, and innovation. All of this is leading him to frustration because he is unable to achieve his goals while managing such a complex organization. He said he knew his organization was complex. In fact, he told me that he could no longer do the walk of shame, which was his way of saying he no longer wanted to tell his CFO and the business that projects were over time and over budget. He knew that there was a better way. He just needed to have some guidance and support, those foundational capabilities that I talked about earlier, how to get to transform this. So first and foremost, what he really said he wanted was clarity into the confusion. He needed to be able to, from here, is go on a journey of IT portfolio management so that he could get clarity into the confusion and begin the process of consolidation and understanding into which applications and systems of information could be eliminated and consolidated. In addition, he obviously knew that if he wants to go to some place new, that would have an impact on processes. So he also needed a way to transform and improve business processes. Now, I explained to him, we can provide both the portfolio management for consolidation and also the process transformation. And what became more important was, once he got that visibility, where did he want to go? And that's where now the Software AG digital business platform comes into play. What we say is, we're not going to replace. Rather, you can weed out what you no longer need, improve your processes, and then keep what's necessary. These core systems of record aren't going anywhere. However, to unlock the potential, unlock the data and information, we implement an integration platform. And from IT portfolio management and consolidation efforts, he's then able to decide what comes over into his new environment. His ERP, his transportation management system, CRM, databases, data warehouses, his data lake, otherwise known as Hadoop. So once he can create clarity into the confusion, he can then begin to decide what stays and then what comes over to be integrated through our integration platform. Now, things get interesting once you have this information flowing through this highway. Just representing here information flowing freely, uniformly. Now, on top of this, we can then add in an in-memory layer. This provides the ability to take the appropriate data and lift it up into memory, thereby putting it closer to the application or consumer that needs that data. For example, I can tell you about a recent win we had with a telco company that wanted to be able to enable their CRM, this customer relationship service center with the ability to personalize the interaction with the mobile phone user that was dialing in. So by bringing up data and holding it in memory, when the consumer called the service center, they were able to answer with a personal message of "Hello, Bob," and other related information to where that person was located, thereby improving customer satisfaction. Now, once we have things in memory, we can now add in your in-memory layer. can now add in an event processing layer. Here is where, through complex event processing, we can take events that are occurring and streaming through the integration platform, make rapid comparisons to historical data that is held in memory, and then from an event processing layer, kick off a business process. And from here, then we have business process automation. Now, this platform that I've just described is accessed through an API layer. Which enables your customers, mobile devices, your partners and suppliers, and, for example, other APIs, external APIs that may want to communicate with your environment. They come through the API layer, in which you have your standards, your security, and your user interface, which provides you with a far more flexible and adaptable environment. This basically represents what we can bring to the table for you. And I'd like to now open it up to your questions. Do you see where any of these capabilities could enable you to overcome challenges that you may be having in your existing environment? Thank you.